7, 8.
What's it for the 2017 Mr. Olympia?
10, 2 more, 11.
Ah!
Yes.
Good. Good job. 7, 8, 9, 10.
In the world of bodybuilding, there was no rivalry quite like that of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno, two giants of the sport, each with their own unique story and style. Their legendary clash was immortalized in the cult classic film Pumping Iron, released in 1977. But it wasn't just their impressive physiques that made this rivalry unforgettable. It was the psychological battle, the clash of personalities, that truly captivated audiences. Arnold Schwarzenegger's birthplace was the small Austrian town of Graz, where he was born on July 30th, 1947. At the age of 15, Arnold initially took up weightlifting as part of his training regimen for the soccer team he was a part of. However, his inspiration from Mr. Universe, Reg Park, led him to abandon soccer and dedicate himself entirely to bodybuilding. Arnold aspired to follow in the footsteps of his idol, Reg Park, who had starred in multiple Hercules films. His dream was to win the coveted title of Mr. Universe and then venture into the world of filmmaking. On the other hand, Lou Ferrigno, born on November 9, 1951, in Brooklyn, New York, embarked on his weightlifting journey at a young age, drawing inspiration from the cinematic Hercules, Steve Reeves. Lou started his weightlifting journey while being relatively slender and worked diligently to attain the physique of his comic book superheroes and the legendary Steve Reeves. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno shared more than just a stage. They were both tall, imposing figures in the world of bodybuilding. Arnold, standing at 6'2", and weighing between 230 to 240 pounds, was a force to be reckoned with. But Lou, even larger at 6'5" and a staggering 275 pounds during competitions, was a true behemoth. Both had iconic physiques with bulging arms and massive chests that left spectators in awe. Lou's journey began in his teenage years, much like Arnold's. At just 17, he witnessed Arnold compete live at the 1969 Mr. Olympia in Brooklyn. It was Arnold's first appearance at the prestigious event, and his towering presence left a lasting impression on the young Lou. He saw in Arnold a role model, someone whose footsteps he could follow. Lou's progress was swift. By the age of 21, he had claimed the overall title at the IFBB Mr. America contest in New York. Coincidentally, the Mr. Olympia also took place alongside the Mr. America that year, leading to a fateful encounter between Lou and Arnold for a magazine photo shoot. Just weeks after his Mr. America triumph, Lou traveled to Geneva, Switzerland, to compete in the IFBB Mr. Universe. In a stunning upset, the 22-year-old Ferrigno defeated top contenders like Ken Waller and Mike Katz. The bodybuilding world buzzed with excitement at the prospect of a Schwarzenegger-Ferrigno showdown. The stage was set in 1974 for the much-anticipated face-off between Arnold and Lou. Muscle Builder/Power magazine ran an article featuring Ferrigno holding Arnold's head with the headline, "Bring me the head of Arnold Schwarzenegger." The tension was palpable. That summer, Arnold and his friend Franco Columbu organized the IFBB Mr. International contest in Los Angeles. Lou Ferrigno, in peak form, entered and emerged victorious. Both Arnold and Franco treated the fans with guest-posing performances, with Arnold appearing larger and more dominant than ever. On October 4, 1974, Lou Ferrigno arrived in Verona, Italy, to compete for his second IFBB Mr. Universe title. He was in even better shape than during the Mr. International contest, and his imposing presence helped him dominate the competition. Just 1 week later, the stage was set for the ultimate showdown. Lou Ferrigno entered his first Mr. Olympia contest at the Felt Forum in Madison Square Garden. It was the moment fans had been waiting for. Arnold Schwarzenegger versus Lou Ferrigno. Lou faced Arnold directly in the newly introduced over 200-pound class, while Franco Columbu took on Frank Sane in the under 200-pound class. However, the outcome was not as close as fans had hoped. Lou appeared overly ripped, and Arnold's confidence and charisma secured him his fifth Mr. Olympia title. Neither Ferrigno, Columbu, nor Zane could challenge the king. Although their first on-stage encounter was one-sided, it would not be the end of the Arnold-Lou rivalry. In 1975, George Butler, the photographer behind the famous Pumping Iron book, began directing a documentary of the same name, focusing on the world of bodybuilding. Arnold had retired from competitive bodybuilding and was pursuing a career in Hollywood when Butler approached him in Alabama. Butler convinced Arnold to return to the stage for the 1975 Mr. Olympia, offering a generous fee of $50,000. Pumping Iron was the perfect platform to promote Arnold's burgeoning film career. In the documentary, George Butler masterfully crafted a storyline that pitted Lou Ferrigno as Arnold's primary nemesis. Arnold portrayed the confident king of bodybuilding, while Lou was depicted as the innocent underdog, struggling under the shadow of his domineering policeman father. The cameras followed the competitors from sunny Southern California to the cold and gloomy training grounds of New York. Finally, the stage was set in Pretoria, South Africa, for the 1975 Mr. Olympia contest, and the cameras were there to capture every moment. One of the most memorable moments in Pumping Iron was the breakfast meeting between Arnold and Lou on the day of the contest. Arnold had promised to psych out Lou, and the cameras were there to capture the psychological warfare. Arnold began by claiming that he had already called his mother that day and told her he had won the contest. The table nervously chuckled as Arnold looked directly at Lou and remarked that he seemed a bit nervous. It was a masterstroke of psychological manipulation. In a classic display of gamesmanship, Arnold Schwarzenegger skillfully played with Lou Ferrigno's fragile confidence. Arnold suggested that Lou needed more time to be fully prepared, but he also acknowledged Lou's impressive achievement of winning the Mr. Universe title twice. He subtly implied that one couldn't have everything. The mind games continued backstage as the competitors in the over 200-pound category pumped up before the contest. Arnold took charge of the situation, playfully scolding Lou for making too much noise while pumping up. Despite the tension, they shared a laugh as Lou continued to make noise during his exercises. On stage, Arnold, Lou, and bodybuilding legend Serge Nubret joined forces. During the pose down, Arnold's experience shone through as he posed with greater speed and precision compared to Ferrigno. As the competitors awaited the decision, Arnold leaned over and whispered something into Lou's ear, adding an extra layer of psychological pressure. When Lou was announced as the third-place finisher, Arnold once again claimed victory, exuding an air of inevitability. The movie Pumping Iron, released in January 1977, resonated with fans. The stark contrast between Arnold's cocky confidence and Lou's insecurities fascinated critics and viewers alike. Rather than portraying Lou as a loser, the film allowed the audience and critics to empathize with his situation. Arnold, on the other hand, received praise for his onstage charisma and unwavering self-assuredness. Over 40 years later, the rivalry between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno is still etched in the annals of bodybuilding history. Pumping Iron remains the most famous and enduring movie about bodybuilding. A true cult classic, Arnold Schwarzenegger's career soared to new heights. He became a Hollywood icon and even served as the governor of California for 6 years. Meanwhile, Lou Ferrigno found fame as the Incredible Hulk in the TV series of the same name and pursued a successful movie career, playing roles such as Hercules, a character once portrayed by his idol, Steve Reeves. The rivalry between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno wasn't just a battle of muscles. It was a clash of personalities, a psychological duel that captivated audiences worldwide. Their story, as told in Pumping Iron, remains a testament to the indomitable spirit of competition and the enduring legacy of two giants in the world of bodybuilding.